It's called initializing. Oops, now I'm all quotes. So you're creating a variable named s and assigning it a value right off the bat, right in the beginning. And now that we have this, we can get rid of this hello world on the bottom. I don't need that down there. I was just using that to copy and paste and stuff. Do we understand these lines right here as to initializing it? If I say to initialize, you're giving it a value right off the bat. It starts at 0. It doesn't have to stay 0, but that's what you got off the bat. Do you understand the difference between outputting the actual value of it and outputting text? Well, you got to watch out. Are there quotes around it? It could easily be a question on a quiz or a test where you have this versus this, and you got to recognize the difference. Then concatenation becomes pretty huge, where you can start appending these values together. Any questions so far? You all right? All right. Last thing I want to show you is we already said what a variable is. It's something that can change. I might as well show you how a variable can change. S is 0 right now, right? I already printed out the score is 0. But what if you want to change it? It's as easy as restating the name of the variable, S, and giving it a new value. So let's say I've just increased it to 5. And then I use the same line right here. Well, it's going to print at this point in time in the program. The first time it hits the score is, what is the value of that first time? Or we'll look up here. What is the value currently in the program here? 0. But then, what did I do on this line? I updated the value. I changed the value. I overwrote what S was. This is called assigning. Okay, when you assign a new value, it takes on a new value. Then the next line, if I print it out, will show you the change of the variable as it dynamically changes in the program. So everybody compile it and watch what happens. As I compile and run it, you will see it will still print out the score as 0, but then behind the scenes, I just changed the score, and now the score is 5. So that every time something happens in a game, and the score changes, you can update that variable behind the scenes and nobody knows what it's been updated. And really, you don't have to continuously print out the score is this, the score is this, the score is this. You could, in the upper right corner, have score and refresh, and every kind of like what we did in that animation program, the score just updates every time something happens. Pac-Man eats a dot, boom, the score just went up. Okay, so I'll put right here. This is called assigning. So you are assigning the variable S. How would I spell it right? To the value 5. So you're giving S a new value of 5, and the terms are assigned. So just some basic terminology about variables, understanding how they work, understanding how they update, understanding how you can concatenate them with values in particular. And I want to show you something that's even more dynamic. Let's do one last thing before we're done with this program. This way of doing it is actually what's called static, because you are telling the variable S to change to a new value 5. Whereas you as the programmer have to tell it that. You don't get to take what the current value is and update it. You're just telling it a new value. Watch this. If I use a line, and you'll learn what these lines mean once we get into math operators, but if I did something like this, S equals S plus 10, what do you think S value is going to be after I use that line of code? What do you say? 15. Exactly right. If you said 10, now it would be 10 if I just put a 10 right here. But if I'm saying take S, the current value of S, that's dynamic to the program, and add 10 to it, I'm actually doing some math operations, and I'm saying increase or compound the value of s with 10. So it's going to take s, which is 5, add 10 to it, store it in s. So s will then be assigned a new value. And like some of you were saying right there, the new value, if I print it out to the screen, should come out to how much? 15. And I should see that right here. We'll get to these higher level stuff, obviously, when we get to the math operators and such, but you actually saw your score increase. I forced it to jump to a 5, and then I had it increase itself because let's say once you eat a ghost, you add 10 to your score. Boom, he just ate a ghost, added 10 to the score, and I, as the programmer, didn't have to know what the score was at the time. That makes it pretty cool. So, all right, stopping this.